Oh, so close to me, you burn in hell forever. Oh, so close to me, you burn in hell forever, 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 forever.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Blvd Bullies versus the World 2023 edition. New year, new me. Just kidding. We're sting masking it all through the year with the camera from 2004. But the good news is, quick update on that. The good news is that Canon is dealing with it for us. So shout out to Canon. Thank you guys. Happy New Year. Happy New Beer. Welcome to the program. As always, super chats will have, conversation-changing implications. You know, if you have a question, hit the super chat. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Follow us on all social media platforms. BlvdBullies.BigCartel.com. Yet to be updated in the new year as well. You see, the thing about resolutions is that once you make them, it's not like it all just comes true in the new year. You actually got to do it, which sucks. I'm joined, as always, by my co-hosts, my cohorts, my co-bullies. Bad Take Bry, the now brighter merch guy.
Feliz Años Nuevos.
Ooh.
And as always, ringside, DMCA playing on the TV in the background every week, Sean.
Did I say that correctly, Sean?
Spanish?
Yeah.
Yes, your SAP button worked. Very good.
Shout out everyone in the chat, Jedi Joe, Dr. Toboggan, Urka, and all
Happy
the
New Year,
rest.
guys.
Happy New Year to
You're
you.
into our chat room.
Happy New Year to you. Do you guys have New Year's resolutions? Do you make New Year's resolutions?
I did.
I do.
Do you now? Is it like a birthday candle thing? Do you share them or?
Well, I'll share it.
Brian, what's your New Year's resolution?
My resolution is to attend at least one wrestling show per month.
Very nice.
The whole year.
Very nice. That's good.
Wow. You guys are such good fans. Yeah, that's a good fan thing to say.
It's my fucking resolution. I didn't attend. I don't even remember attending one show last year. I might have attended one Outlaw show.
You did. One.
It was only one, and I think I might have went to. I think that might have been it.
Good job. Sean, resolutions?
My resolution is to change the game.
Wow.
Take over. Take a step that I've been scared to take. So, and that's in the wrestling world, obviously. So,
yeah.
One step after another. Let's get it.
Well, we have a great.
Cheers to that.
Cheers. Hey, cheers. Brian, you can't see this, but I'm drinking out of the Sweet Ave.
So I can see you.
Beer glass that I stole, that I borrowed from them.
I have one too. Also stolen.
My resolution is to stop smoking during the show, at least during the show. Right after this show.
Cigarettes?
Oh yeah.
Well,
not weed.
9 p.m. is 8 p.m. is the start of the puffing, is the puffing allowance.
Oh no, I already started puffing. That's my resolution.
Jesus Christ.
It's my resolution. Just start puffing cigs all throughout the show. Just be more proud of the cig puffing. Like Dave Chappelle, you know? Dave Chappelle, he'll be at Carnegie Hall. He'll just smoke a cig.
I understand. Times.
So what else we got going on? Brian, do you have an unboxing thing that you're going to do?
Oh, dude.
You surprised us with this. New Year's surprise.
I'm so excited. I did like pretty good for Christmas for myself. So I decided to get myself some presents.
Brian, how could you be doing well for Christmas if you're Jewish? What's going on with that?
Nobody else is Jewish.
So they just gave you Christmas gifts, no
They
Hanukkah?
They felt bad for me being the lonely Jew working on Christmas, so they hooked me up.
Oh, wow, that's great.
Yeah, I suckered them in, so I got to purchase dope shit.
Lonely Jew working on Christmas, getting money from the people in the building. A lonely Jew doing an unboxing today on the show. What is this? Explain this to me.
There's 2 autographs, and I'm really hoping that it's not like Omos and Dewdrop. But my luck, it probably is.
What's the deal? What's the problem? What's your problem with Omos and Dewdrop?
Those are graphs that you can get in a regular pack.
If we got an Omos card, I'm highly tempted to just like rip it in half.
You should send it to Brett Lauderdale. That's Brett Lauderdale's favorite wrestler.
Omos.
Yeah.
I haven't even seen Omos since he lost.
He's been working house shows. He worked He worked a holiday show against the returning Bobby Lashley.
I bet you that's who I get in here. But we'll see.
I'm sure you got a Goldberg. Goldberg's very hard to come
luck
by.
of the Jew. Gotta get the luck of the Jew here. Rub it on it. You know? We'll get to that. We'll get to it.
Sean, you went to GCW for New Year's Eve.
I did. We had some business to attend to. And
Dude, that fucking Matt Tremont Pondo match.
Yeah, so everything started last Monday. And the last Monday was Tremont Sawyer Wreck. I wasn't in the building, but those cards got done. Tremont is awesome. He's the best. Such a humble guy. Yeah, he's awesome, dude. Like, there's no other way to describe him. They're just awesome. Like, he goes out there. Last week was insane for him. Like, he had, like, in a way, last week was kind of like the way WrestleMania is. Like, once Thursday hits, the week of WrestleMania, you have shows going from 11 a.m. to, like, 3 in the morning in some places. And, like, I feel like this was the first time that there was an event going on, or events going on that were very similar to WrestleMania week. And, like, he started Monday, and then we seen him, Thursday through Sunday.
Dude,
like,
every fucking day,
wrestling.
bro. He fucking
From
wrestled every
Worcester to Atlantic
blood
City.
buckets every day.
It was wild. And I was like,
He's a
when
fucking
Sunday came and it was like time to leave, and everybody's just like, we're sticking around in the back, and like, he's just still there, like, just trying to sell merch, grinding. So, like, I respect the hell out that guy.
Love him.
Wound up in AC Friday night. Went on down to Margaritaville, as I always do. Enjoyed some 10% burrs. Then Saturday came, which was New Year's Eve, and yeah, man, we had Cole Radrick signing, Alley Catch signing, and Sunday we wound up doing Joey Janela. We didn't get to finish Joey Janela's card because it was a blood print. There was a miscommunication with how the blood was to be applied.
Miscommunication.
AKA Matt Tremont bleeds every fucking day, and Joey Janela couldn't bleed one goddamn day for your goddamn cards.
He almost died twice, though.
He almost, dude. That made me so tight. That whole video, gonna fight.
But I say this though, he tried to do it, and just to be honest, to do that many in one sitting without blading, or like, you know what I'm saying, just to having juice ready to go, it just wasn't gonna work. It would have been.
So he tried to cut himself after the event to bleed on the cards. That's amazing.
Yeah. And it wasn't gonna work. You know what I'm saying? And like, I understood, and my partners understood. So now what we're doing is we're going up to him on the 9th, and he better hope his ass that those cards are ready to go.
Does he have a match? Does he have a match?
From what he said, he's going to be fighting a bum. Now, I'm not sure who that bum is, but we will figure it out. If I have to bring a bum myself.
Bum card. Joey Janela bum print.
We'll be getting blood printed January 9th. So if
See,
you guys
that's why. Bro, that's why I love the Tremont card, because the blood on the card is from his last ever no rope barbed wire, so that makes the card fucking legendary.
Yeah, and like, thank you, Brian. So like, that's what makes it.
It's a special.
Is the fact that it was a card that was done in time for his last no rope barbed wire match. And
I had to purchase it.
So we appreciate you guys who purchased.
What a good fan.
I'm a dude. You know me, and you know my love for Matthew Tremont.
Yeah, so it was dope. So like I said, Janela will be getting those cards done, and you know, if they just so happen to not be able to get them, we're gonna make it get done.
Yeah, you're gonna fight.
You guys are the scary card guys. You said you'd bleed.
You're the blood card. You're the blood card guys.
I think I'll show up dressed like Los Boricuas. You know,
that's so funny.
Ready to go.
Brian, are you excited about getting the last ever no rope barbed wire match card until there is the next barbed wire match?
He's very adamant about him not doing another one.
Like he was adamant about retiring.
No, because that was all part of his storyline.
Oh, right.
Storyline.
It was all part of the storyline. Just like the next no rope barbed wire will all be part of the storyline.
Oh, dude, he had over 75 fucking no rope barbed wire matches.
He's gonna have 100 this year.
Dude, I don't think so. I think that I'll be tight. I'll be tight again if he does another one, but I don't think so.
He also retired
he
and
can
came
still
back.
do brutal matches without it being a no rope barbed wire match. It doesn't have to be no rope. He can still do death match, just not no
Talking
rope.
about brutal matches that he has, him and Pondo closed the weekend.
Oh, I love that match.
Like it was just like
the funniest spot of that night.
You would have thought that like just watching it, you would have thought that this was like the end all be all of a series. Like this guy won the first one, this guy won the second. Like no. This was just a straight out
so
like
hard,
let's slug it out, let's just brawl. And like once I saw the cinder blocks, I was just like, okay, somebody's gonna take a back bump on the cinder blocks. Right? No. There was cinder blocks flying, bro. Like to people's head. Like
he threw it right in his face, dude.
Tremont told fans, you hold this side, you hold this side of the tube, and Pondo's just there.
There was a tube in front.
He's just leaning. He's just leaning like this. Tremont goes and he picks it up. He's holding it very like gently, and he just like tosses it, and it just you hear the boom that it hits on his skull. Boom.
It wasn't his skull; it was like his nose.
Dude, it was brutal, man.
But dude, the funniest spot of the whole match is when Pondo he kicks the tube into Tremont's balls.
Oh, yeah.
He makes himself flip over the rope and he lands in the garbage can and then splats his little head on the floor.
There was a whole bunch of dramatic bumping going on in there. That was pretty funny.
A lot of dramatic.
It was very vocal at one point. Yeah, man. It was cool to see. It was cool to see.
Wow.
Shout out to Pondo, man. Pondo's still going.
Yeah, facts.
What else did you what else did you love about the weekend? Well, there was a show on Saturday and Sunday.
Sunday were 2 shows. I only attended one. They had JCW Battle Bowl at 1. I didn't make that. I made the 56 Nights, which was their I guess Royal Rumble, you could say. And Masha Slamovich wound up winning. That was pretty dope.
Crushing it.
Yeah, she's been on a hot streak. Facade came back, which is pretty cool to see.
Can I tell you my other personal favorite moment from the weekend? It's got to be Maki Ito with fucking Nick Gage, dude.
Yeah,
it's like the funniest shit ever. With her coming out all serious with the goddamn pizza cutter, dude.
It's hilarious.
And then Nick Gage comes out and she gives her piggyback rides and shit.
Yeah, man, it's pretty funny to see.
It's really funny.
I hope they continue it, and I hope there's some sort of.
Think they're gonna fight?
No, I listen, man. I hope
Maki Ito versus Nick Gage.
Hope there's a tag team match with Bussy, and then I hope in the tag team match Maki Ito and Gage go at it because there's miscommunication because she is MDK. All right, so let's hopefully sometime soon we'll have Maki Ito and Gage. So that was pretty dope to see. Yeah, man. It was pretty dope.
This just
There's a new guy named Leon Slater from England.
This just in.
With Nick Wayne. That was dope too.
This just in. Just announced. You got MDK, Nick Gage, and Maki Ito versus Matt Tremont and Sawyer Wreck in a no-rope barbed wire intergender tag team match at H2O next month.
You're a goddamn liar.
I'm down.
That would be insane, but it's not going to happen. It's going to be a 200 light tube fire match with ropes.
With regular ropes.
With regular ropes.
There was just so much wrestling going on this weekend. And it was at one point, I totally forgot that it was New Year's Eve. I was like, oh, it's New Year's Eve.
You guys did the countdown at the show, right?
Yeah, dude. And we got to see El Hijo de Vikingo taking on Joey Janela.
Botch Fest.
Yeah, he did. It wasn't the best. I'll say that.
I think he was nervous, man.
I think he was nervous too.
Who?
Vikingo.
Hijo de Vikingo.
The goddamn best in the world.
Yeah, he's top 10, PWI top 10 out of 500.
Yeah, he's number 6, I think.
You have to give him I did compare him to Sabu to you, and you said he's not Sabu, but you watch Sabu, and Sabu used to do the crazy fucking jumping on the ropes, and he'd always kind of he'd slip up. He'd slip up.
How dare you, Brian? Don't you defend Vikingo by citing Sabu botches?
He does crazy shit.
Well,
dude.
Sabu, those weren't botches. Those were never. No, they weren't. No, they weren't. That was all part of the plan. Just like Matt Tremont coming out of retirement was all part of the plan.
I don't know. I've seen Sabu get pretty tight at his little slips and like kick the chair at times because it broke and he got tight. But I'm just saying, like, think when you do crazy shit that other people don't do, there's a big chance that you might slip. And if you slip and still try to complete it, it's respectable. That's all I'm saying.
Slipping Jimmy.
Because like when you that one thing I'm talking about specifically is when he did like the Hurricane Rana flippy thing and then like kind of like power bombed himself. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, like stuff like that. Like it's cool to see because it's like it's a human being flipping his body.
And he's a big dude. He's not a small guy.
Who's a big dude?
Vikingo, he's a small guy. He's tiny. He's like Rey Mysterio.
Small, bro. He's like
Small,
5'6".
Brian.
Oh,
5'6".
He's a small
Maybe
guy.
5'5.5", Brian.
Yeah, legit, Pat. Legit. Those were I seen him with shoes on.
5'9" Joey Janela towering over him.
It's interesting. Interesting.
So yeah, he nearly killed himself with that move, like you said.
That move was hard to, and then it was hard to watch that one.
Yeah. So and then he also did a move to the outside where he like slipped on the ropes and like he had to just jump, and I was like, oh, that sucks. Like we really didn't get to see him in all his glory, but it was, and I guess in all regards, it was just cool to see somebody who's on the top 10 on the show. But again,
it's hard when you have so much hype. It's like definitely nerve wracking. Like you know.
Yeah, I mean, but
you should be able to perform flawlessly.
Look at Masha, who went out there and fought the Macizos with Akira, had a dope match night prior, then goes into the next night.
But they're not doing what this guy does.
Vikingo?
Right.
Yeah.
I
she
think
botched the night away as well, so.
She botched?
Yeah. Botcha Slamovich.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, he botches, but he botches doing, like, out.
If anything, bro, she had a better weekend than he did.
Well, I'm just saying, like, I think the botch bar's pretty low. Yeah, no?
In all regards, though.
All right, so match of the weekend. Match of Atlantic City weekend for both of you.
It's got to be Pondo Tremont.
Is it Pondo Tremont unanimously?
Pondo Tremont, because I love death.
It's really like the only death match, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Wow.
It was just like super duper like I don't know, like I enjoy watching matches like that. You know what I'm saying? Like
hack and slash.
There was ICW happened as well though.
I think ICW was on a whole nother level.
These guys are the two biggest ICW fans you'll find.
But did you
know?
But did you happen to watch the show at all, Pat?
Pit Fighter was on a whole nother level.
Listen, you know, for me, it's football gambling season. I'm not watching wrestling.
You know how indie shows are they're notoriously known that like the ring announcers sound like shit and promos sound like shit, right?
Yeah,
that's what you're used to.
Mm-hmm.
But this show, it's like Larry. He sounded like he was on it was like connected to the soundboard. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like everything was so clear, and it was definitely the best show that they've put on.
Wow.
Audio visual wise. And
even the matches were fucking wild, man.
It's I don't know what they did different. I don't know if there's a different guy or if
was that at the White Eagle Hall?
It was White Eagle Hall, and it was a pit fighter. It was a pit fighter show. It wasn't a chains show.
Huh.
Oh, look, Larry said it was, Brian. It was set up to the PA system.
It was definitely different because they
had a direct feed.
It was some kind of direct feed where you sounded just as clear as
his mic was connected. This just in, Larry's mic was connected to the soundboard,
which is always. I feel like they could have always do that. They could have always done that, but this time they've done it, and it changed the whole event. I feel.
Wow. So you loved it.
A different guy.
Dude, and if you watch the GCW event on like Fight TV, it's like unwatchable for the first 10 minutes.
Why?
Why is that?
Because it's like there's like a huge buzz and like everything sounds like trash. I was watching it with Amanda and it was like a joke. We had to fast forward it. We fast forwarded it 20 minutes and then they must have fixed it. But I think it was the 28. What was it? What were the events called? 28 days. What was one of them called? 28 days. 56 nights.
The Rumble.
That's one. That was the one with the shit sound.
Are you laughing, Pat?
28 days. I just think that's very funny. Brian thought it was called 28 days.
It was close.
So my football season has come to an end, so I will be watching wrestling moving forward.
Dude, speaking of football, the guy is he still alive?
Oh, dude. Yo, we had like an Owen Hart moment in football last night. So it was like 7 minutes left in the first quarter. Game hasn't been going on like 25 minutes. I didn't see the play. I was out buying a margarita. Cheers. But I came back and, I'd never seen anything like it. Like, players were, like, openly weeping. It was, like, fucking bone-chilling.
It was, the only reason I've seen it is because I'm in a group and they send, like current event updates. So I'm just, like, updated by the masses.
He's in a current event group. Okay. Well, so, I don't know. I guess the guy, like, he needed to have the paddles. He needed the CPR on the field. I guess he got, like... went into cardiac arrest. He basically got like the helmet version of a heart punch. Bruce Lee stopped your heart, kinda. That's as near as I could figure. I mean, nobody knows anything yet. But yeah, that was really scary.
Insane, dude. And he got up and he was like hype. He was like super hyped that he got the tackle and then he just like falls face first down.
I mean, that's terrifying. It was a freak accident. It seems like.
But and then the game ended, right? They
Well, check this out. This is why I say it's like an Owen Hart. Okay, because the ambulance was on the field. Yo, these players were like weeping, crying, praying to Lord.
Right, it's their fucking homie.
Yeah, and
their brother.
Yo, it was fucking bone chilling, like I said, to watch. And then the referee, after like 20 minutes, dude, it wasn't like 20 minutes. It was like 45 minutes, right? And like they said, like, so the announcement was like, okay, the teams are going to have 5 minutes to warm back up, and then they're going to, like, resume play. That was, like, the initial call. Right. Like, so the NFL was, like, pulled to Vince McMahon. It was like, Owen's fine. He's, Owen's okay.
Maybe the players were like, we'll try to do what we can do.
Nah, so what happened is that the league came down and said that, and the coaches and the players refused to play. They were like, no, fuck this. This guy's dying. Like, and I kind of felt in the moment, I was like, oh, he died. This guy died, and they're just, like, not saying it yet. Like, it was fucking crazy, dude.
Well, okay. Well, in the fairness of wrestling and how people say that it's not a sport, people say the show must always go on, and it is a theatrical show. So in that sense, it's like I feel like it's different. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because they did the same thing with Jerry. Like, Jerry Lawler had a heart attack on live Raw. And they did continue Raw, but without commentary.
Yeah, but would you say that the times that the WWE has been in a crazy situation and they've had, like, the show must go on mentality, can't you say that, at least you could say, most people think that WWE handles these situations incorrectly? You know, the show must go on after Owen. The Owen thing is crazy because if the Owen thing happened now, present day.
But he was alive. He didn't die right on the spot. He was still.
I think that they, and I've had close conversations with Nicole Bass, who wrestled either the match before or the match after. And she said that they wheeled him by, and he was, like, obviously dead. And they were like, oh, Owen's going to be fine, everybody. Let's just get out there and wrestle.
So they tried to make everyone, like, they tried to be positive.
That's what I have heard. I don't know anything. But it was just, and even if you don't want to compare, like, even if you don't want to say, oh, the NFL was evil, maybe they just didn't know at the time. That, like, oh, okay. They were just like, oh, okay, he's fine. 5 minutes, let's go. And then they didn't realize, like, how shook everybody was.
Yeah,
but
I feel like
it made me feel that way.
Guerrero had a heart attack in the ring. He had like a crazy. I feel like there's footage of like a crazy thing of Eddie Guerrero having like a heart attack in the ring.
It's just like.
But the show goes on.
It's just like the 9/11 vibe. It's like some like breaking news type of fucking spaceship Challenger exploding type of fucking vibe where you're just like everybody's fucked up, everybody's confused, everything is weird. It's like you were basically like watching. Ooh, what's that?
It's my homemade Puerto Rican coquito.
It's coquito.
In the Georgie bottle.
Delicious. Yeah, but anyway, it was fucking bone chilling. And also, just side note, I lost in the fantasy football Super Bowl
to Steve. To Bald Steve.
To Bald Steve, yeah. To Bald Steve, who
respectably though, I remember you sending a message where you were neck and neck. It was like
we were neck and neck all day. It came down to my kicker versus his tight end, and I hung in there. We wound up losing by 10. Last year, 3rd place. This year, 2nd place. Another heartbreaking. You know, the Mets losing this year.
It's a Bullies win. Oh, that's a Bullies win. Bald Steve is a bully, so that's a Bullies win.
And I did finish in the money. I did finish in the money as well.
Very good.
Second place, you get something, right?
Yeah, I got a little something.
So that's fucking that counts.
But
man.
I worked so hard.
Can I open like a card pack, or did we say we were gonna
you know
wait?
what? Let's open a card pack.
Are the
Explain
people
to the viewers what you're opening. What is it? Or what are you anticipating?
Yeah,
so
be descriptive now.
What we're opening here is a 2022 Panini Prism hobby box.
So now is this considered
Panini.
new? Now is this considered one of the latest boxes?
I would say. I mean, I think variants have come out of this box. Like there's like Panini Selects, and there's like there's other new boxes that have come out. But I still think that this is a prominent box that people a sought after box or set of cards. Still,
Everyone loves Paninis.
Yeah, Paninis are like a sports thing, right?
Sean,
sports
favorite Panini?
I like this box.
Pepperoni pizza one.
Pepperoni
Fresh.
pizza Panini. Brian, what's your favorite
Smell
Panini?
it like Mac Cardona.
Yes, smell it. Put your nose in it like a Panini. What does it smell like, Brian?
Smells like plastic, cellophane.
Now, is there a certain way that you like open the card? Or
Well, not really. I kind of just like open it and I slowly wait. I slowly go one by one to see if I get a good
Let's see
art.
this. Could you hold your hands in front of your face and do this? Nice.
I already see a Charlotte Flair card.
Okay.
A gold Charlotte Flair. I don't know what gold means, but it's nice. Gold.
Oh, I would throw that in a foil ASAP.
Well, I'm going to put them in this little box right here that I have because that's all I have. We got an Aaliyah.
Nice. Aaliyah, rest in peace.
Well, that gold card is different than these cards, so that must be a not base card.
Terrible boating accident, if I recall.
Rikishi. Got a cool little Rikishi.
Rikishi, I think he died because he fell off of Hell in the Cell into a bunch of hay. Rest in peace.
Oh yes, but he also he did the cage match with Val Venus first. Do you remember that?
Loaded 2000.
No, what happened with in that match? I don't remember that.
He did he did like the similar spot, but he just did it off the top of the cage and not Hell in a Cell.
Ah, word.
Io Shirai. I like these cards.
Yeah, they're nice.
The design is dope.
You could put them in a panini press, make a crunch wrap.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know who who's the fuck is Dave Mastiff?
He's a WWE UK guy.
It sucks that they don't put like WWE UK on the card.
I guess maybe because they just branded it.
It says England on the back, but it's still. It does.
Let's see the back. Let's see the back.
On the back, it says NXT.
UK.
It does.
There you go.
Gives a little. Oh, the homie R-Truth.
R-Truth still alive, 85
It's a
years
nice
old.
one.
Dude, I like these cards a lot. They're shiny. Sheamus.
Panini. Now are all these cards are gonna look like this in the box, in the packs in the box?
What do you mean?
Like the packs don't have different designs. It's just all this design.
It's all. I mean, unless you get like that gold Charlotte card. The first card that I showed was different variant than these cards.
Marcel Bathel.
I don't even know who it was. NXT. He's an NXT 2.0 guy.
Sweet.
Marcel Bartel.
I got a lot of these guys are NXT 2.0 guys. Brutus Creed.
Nice. No knee pads.
Creed brother.
Got little knees, little knees.
Yeah, I hate when wrestlers expose their knees.
Oh,
might as well have their dicks
look at
out.
this one.
Oh, Sasha, nice.
Dude, I'm very interested to see if they do a tag. Do you think they're going to do a tag match?
They said Bailey's out there too.
Well,
they said that Bailey's going to support them.
Yeah, she's just going to support.
She's going to be like in the crowd.
Because Bailey's never met a live event that she didn't need to be at. Who's this? Happy Corbin?
I don't even give a fuck about this guy because I'm actually pretty stoked. Got the Charlotte fucking auto.
Oh, wow. Dope.
I'm pretty high.
So that's a
I
nice
got-
auto too.
I got the Charlotte Gold and the Charlotte Auto.
Now, that's just going to be, there's one of those in the entire box.
Well, the box says it's guaranteed 2 autographs, so that's one of the guarantees.
So like most of the packs you open aren't going to have an autograph pack.
Right. So that was the first one. So
Wow, that's crazy. What
was
crazy odds that would have been?
I mean, it's also possible that I get more than 2.
How many packs are in that box? 20?
It's 12 packs with 12 cards in each pack.
144.
144 cards.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to go ahead and open another pack right now real quick.
I think we have the other one in there.
Exposed knees make us nervous. Thank you. I'm glad I'm not the only one.
I got this cool little variant.
Ooh, Dana Brooke variant. My favorite all-time wrestler. You know, the thing that's worse than a wrestler not wearing knee pads is when they are knee-padded wrestlers and then they take down the knee pad. Adam Cole taking down the knee pad. Very, very unsettling.
What happened to this fucking bitch? Sorry I said the B word.
Who's that?
What happened to Carmella? Is she injured?
No, she had miscarriage.
A ghost baby.
She had the but didn't she have both? Didn't she have like a miscarriage and then she had the ghost baby after the miscarriage?
Yep.
Ugh, that's like terrible. And if you have a miscarriage, do you have?
I don't know, Brian. We're not fucking scientists.
All right, we're not scientists. That's that one. There's no other cool cards in this one. I got an AJ Styles.
AJ Styles hurt his ankle.
This one says Fearless on it.
Oh, cool. That's kind of neat.
So it's different, I guess. It's a Fearless variant, I guess. I don't know. I have to look into it. All the other cards are.
Yeah. I got AJ Styles. Oh, Bret the Hitman.
That's dope.
If you put an S in front of the word Hitman, that pretty much sums up my opinion of Bret Hart.
Hitsman?
Shit, man.
Shit, man.
Oh, shit, man. Sorry.
God damn it, Brian. Yeah, AJ Styles broke his ankle, likely out for WrestleMania.
Wow,
that's kind of sucks.
Yeah, broke his ankle at a house show.
Ooh. Got a nice shiny red Walter.
Look at him.
Oh, Walter flying through the air like Rikishi.
See, but now I can't tell, like, what is the difference between this red card and the regular...
One of them is red.
So, like, but it doesn't say anything about it. Like, on the back of it doesn't say, like...
I mean, it's red. That tells you everything you need to know.
So, I guess.
That red is Walter's blood. Did you know that?
Isn't Randy Orton, like, supposedly never wrestling again?
Well, we do know he is fearless now.
It's another Fearless card. You're the boy. Did you see this guy's bald spot?
Cena?
John Cena's bald spot was a major talking point. You know what made me feel better about my own bald spot?
His is real bad.
Yeah, you know, but
you think he'd get some hair plugs?
Maybe he's in the process. Maybe he just keeps telling himself one more movie, and then I'm getting the hair.
Kevin Nash.
Nice card.
Kevin Nash. Hey, did you see on Sunday Night Football, Ravens versus Steelers, that the mascot did the Kevin Nash? Hey, you got the almost. Unfortunately, not signed.
Thank God. Now we don't have to worry. Unless it is eventually. All right.
Larry, what's up? Shout out Larry in the chat. What are you talking about? Remember last year when he walked into the sign and busted open his eye? Oh, AJ. Yeah, AJ.
yeah, right.
Little clumsy.
He came out with the bloody eye, right?
An affinity for hurting himself. Brian, are you popping open another pack? Pop it.
I'm just going. Yo, this card feels... Oh, wait. These are 2 cards put together. That's why.
Oh, geez. They're stuck.
Cesaro.
Antonio Cesaro.
The boy. None of these seem special. If they're not special, well, I don't see the point in showing them.
Isn't it special that Cesaro used to be in WWE and now he's not anymore?
That's why I showed that one.
Oh. But, like, money-wise, does it make it special?
No. If it's just a base card, like, base cards are pretty worthless.
What do you guys like better? Cards with live photos of the wrestlers, like the ones that Brian's opening, or like the PWJ cards with like the slick
Promos?
background. Yeah.
Like promos?
Because like the indie cards are almost like it's like they're all special. You know?
No, I mean the indie cards are basically all like they're like 8x10 promos.
Yeah, but then you put like a slick refractor background on it or whatever the fuck. Paint splatter, gradient, ahoy, diffusion.
Does anyone know who Amali is? Tamale without the T?
Tamale?
No, it's without the T. Amali. Amalie? It says NXT UK.
Never heard of him.
Oh, so this is a 17 out of 299 card.
That's good.
It's also red.
And it's red, see, but that's so confusing because the other red cards just don't have a number on it.
Tamale without the T. Sean, have you ever heard of like I think it's like a South American, I don't know, Ecuadorian thing. It's like a beer with like tomato juice.
Clamato?
Yeah. They sell the Modelo. They sell like a tomato beer or something.
It's like the ultimate hangover cure.
Solo Sokoa rookie card, that's pretty cool.
That's good to hold on to.
I want to get it signed.
Are you gonna get it signed yet?
Yo, Sean, tell me about designing cards. Do you design the cards?
So I don't design the cards. I can, but I don't design the cards. The cards are designed by a man in Australia named Bo J. Bo J has done cards.
Bojangles.
Bojangles. He's done cards with the likes of Matt Cardona, Swaggle, I believe the Ascension. He's doing one of his own lines right now, and he actually got Raven. So his name has been bouncing around the card scene, the independent wrestling card scene for quite some time now. We usually just send him our photos, and he does the work. So we give him a good idea of what exactly we want the cards to look like. And of course, there's times where it's like, okay, we need this done, we need this done, we need this done, and he goes right ahead and he does what we ask for.
Nice.
Yeah.
So do you
when it comes to those blood cards,
like that Marcus Mathers card, right? I saw that there are like two backgrounds, right? Oh, right. Sweet. What's that? Oh, is that the Panini Undertaker?
It's a little Undertaker card.
That looks pretty dope.
It's a little Undertaker.
Fun fact, that image is actually from WrestleMania 29. And all those people who have their hands out, it's like the Ascension.
Right. I remember that.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. Braun Strowman.
Fucking Skittle Pants. What'd you call them?
Skittle Pants? But yeah, man, those cards, so like the one card will have like the autograph, so that's like the signature card, and then there's the regular base card.
Right. So what do you say, like, oh, for this one we should make it purple?
Little rainbow Bianca
or
Belair card.
Does the artist decide the colors based on the photo you give them?
Yeah, it's usually just based off of the artist and what he thinks bounces off of, like, I guess their gear or the theme behind the cards. Like for like Tony Deppen and Alec Price, that's a dope card. We did the City Series, and if you look at the card, it's literally looks like the background of their city. So like for Alec Price, the background is Massachusetts. For Tony Deppen, I believe it's Indiana, and everything is based off of that and their city colors.
Ultimate Warrior.
Cool. That's dope. Like Alec Price is also a big Mighty Duck fan, so we emphasize a lot of like the green and yellow in his cards.
That's dope.
Like, there's also stuff that like relates to the wrestler and what will gravitate towards the fan and how much they like him. Who's that, Zeus?
It's Titus O'Neil.
You wish. You wish it was Zeus.
That'd be dope.
All right. Almost done
How many more packs do you have to go?
He has
6.
Like 8.
Six
more,
packs.
6 more.
So you're just doing the whole thing.
I'm just doing the whole thing.
I want to see the last auto card.
I know. So far, I've got the one Charlotte, and it's really, I love it a lot. Can we talk about that? Because I hated that.
Oh, Charlotte winning the title?
Yeah.
She had the butt cleavage pants on.
She stole Rhea Ripley's pants.
You know, actually, she had like supreme, like her butt cleavage pants just looked like you cut the butt cheeks out of her shorts.
Right, it looked like gym shorts.
Yeah, with like the butt cut out. It wasn't like the butt garters.
Right, it wasn't like gothic shit.
Yeah, it wasn't like the garters to like give you the wonder butt.
Look, it's a little purple Cameron Grimes here.
Oh, nice. There he is, purple in the sky.
27 out of 149.
Nice.
Is that the auto?
It's not an auto. It's just, I guess, it's this color variant is only 27. It's out of 149.
What do you mean it's the auto? Teach me about these cards. I want to learn about cards,
dude. It's so hard because there's like this purple rainbow variant. There's ones that are not numbered. See how this is numbered like that? Right here. There's ones that are just not numbered that are the same variant. So it's just like this one is special because it's numbered. And it's very confusing, but I love it.
It's confusing, but I love it.
And like these autos, I'm going to tell you something about these autos. It's not on the card.
No, it's not.
These wrestlers sign the sticker. And there's a sticker. I can technically peel this autograph off if I wanted to.
Put it under your eye and get it tattooed. Like,
well, I could technically like take it off if I were to go like to a Charlotte Flair signing. I could take this off and have her sign the card.
Huh?
Yeah, I think that's kind of what sucks too is just the fact that it's not like personalized. You know what I'm saying?
It's still personalized because she did sign the sticker, so it's like the same thing. So like. It's just easier for her to sign the sticker as opposed to the card, I guess.
Right.
Interesting. Oh, there's Rikishi's virtual butt right behind you. Looks good.
Virtual butt.
Yo, so the Outlaw Wrestling show in a few weeks, I'm really excited about because we learned...
not even a few weeks, dude. That's next week.
It's next week? What's today? The 3rd?
It's next Saturday.
Next Thursday.
Next Thursday, sorry.
Yeah. Now I got to look up this date. Wait, is it the 12th or the 13th?
The 12th.
Yeah, that is Thursday.
Next Thursday.
It's a week from Thursday. Brian, coming through to the show. You'll love to see it.
I got my second fucking autograph.
Oh, what is it? Let's see it.
Gable.
Happy Corbin.
You know what? I will say this, though. That Al doing like signatures and stuff, that's a great signature, and that will probably sell as long as you can keep the corners nice and tight. No, it is. That's when you get a card signed. That's what you want. You don't put that shit. Yeah, it's put that card next to the Charlotte one. Put them both together. Now, to the viewers at home, who does it look like was more excited to sign their card so the fans could have it, and which one would you rather have? The one that's sloppy, that looks like the girl's learning 3rd grade cursive. Or the one
it's not that bad. Hers is not that. Oh, I mean,
that's a shitty autograph, Brian. I'll be honest.
Wow.
Shitty autograph.
I feel like she took more time, almost. Like if you clock the hand movements that the pen would take, I actually feel like Happy Corbin did put less.
Like crispy lines.
That H line was nice, but besides that, I mean, that end, the Corbin is just like a. It's just like a C and a squiggle. You know, at least Charlotte, she did like some roller coaster loops and like some crosses there for you.
No, man. I don't like that Charlotte one.
And this one's it's actually a different variant of the signature card. This one's called a sensational signature.
Oh, so that's actually a good signature. And then the Charlotte one's called the shitty sig.
I mean, they're both still stickers. They're both still stickers.
They asked them to do a sensational autograph, and then they just tell Charlotte, just do a champion autograph.
Yeah, it's just different.
Yeah, Charlotte, we just need you to sign 50 of these stickers with just your championship signature, not your. What's the other one?
Sensational.
I got the worst Brock Lesnar there's ever been.
Oh, nice, Mick Foley Brock.
I hate him.
Is that picture of him in front of? Oh, is that a motorcycle or like the? What's that thing?
No, it's. I think it's WrestleMania. It's just like the entrance ramp.
So I want to talk about Outlaw because I'm so excited. So SAT is in the midst of their turmoil, and they're going to be in a match. So I'm really excited to get the opportunity to ring announce SAT. But then also just announced dog collar match for the Outlaw Championship. Homicide challenging Crowbar. And we were talking.
This is a rematch. Nice little rematch.
So we were talking last night, and I just thought it was such an interesting discussion. Like, you know, we've all seen what the chain, like the dog collar looks like in the Briscoes FTR. We've seen what the dog collar looks like in CM Punk MJF. What are the chances that an indie wrestling promotion is going to have like a dope dog collar? Like a really thick chain and good collars?
I think you have to like really like start with the collar. I think that really determines the length of the match and how
like
well they're going to be able to perform with it. Because if you get a flimsy collar, what's the purpose of even wearing one?
You need like a Hot Topic spike collar.
Brian, do you have one?
Hot Topic's got them.
Oh.
I'm telling you.
Though?
Yeah, you need to go to the store and get like a thick, like
go to like the sex. You gotta go to like a sex shop and get like a collar.
Yeah, like a 45-inch belt collar.
You could probably get like a nice chain from Home Depot for cheap.
Right. Well, then you got to put the ring. Like that's what I would do. I'd get 2 really nice dog collars, like Pitbull dog collars from Petco, real ones.
Now this is my question, Pat.
Just like black strap leather collars.
Yeah, and then I would, or a sex shop.
You could just use you could use a belt and like poke holes in it.
Now, see, to me, a belt is too thin. You want it to be nice and thick on their neck because you don't want it to like scratch them or be uncomfortable.
Right, the belt has like the fucking.
Now this is my question.
Thing, yeah.
What would you be more comfortable with? A strap match? Or a dog collar match?
Oh, I mean, right off the bat, I think, you know, as far as coolness points, dog collar's much cooler, but the strap is around your arm. You know what I'm saying?
So like,
it's a wrist. Is it around the wrist or is it around your arm?
Your wrist.
So for me, I didn't grow up with the dog collar match. That's more NWA,
right.
WCW 80s, right?
Same
so I grew up with the Caribbean strap match.
The Caribbean strap match, yes.
Do you remember it? It was
of course.
Savio Vega versus Austin. Versus the Ringmaster, and that's where I got introduced to it. Cool. Pretty dope card. That's dope. I like that.
Sean, you're actually bringing up a good point. You're right. I don't think I ever witnessed a dog collar growing up. Only a few straps.
Yeah, and then like the next strap match I remember following that was I don't know if it was a Backlash maybe, but it was Triple H versus The Rock, and it was like, wow, you know what? This is cool because it's like. Then they have distance between them.
In the strap, was the strap match where you had to touch the 4 corners?
Yes, you have to hit the 4 corners.
Right.
So you work outside, and there's no disqualification. You do whatever you want, but you just have to make sure that you hit all 4 corners of the post to win. With a dog collar, I find it to be very more. I don't know, like not to say that they can't work that way because they can. They're phenomenal athletes. But I think it just makes it harder. Where do you go and find a dog collar like that? I feel like something like that you have to have made specifically for these wrestlers. Like you have to measure their necks and make sure that this actually fits them. So they're not out there. They put on the dog collar and guess what? Off the neck it comes.
Off the head, off their head pops off.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, where do you even begin? Where do you even find the chain, the proper chain? Last thing you want is for a chain to pop in the middle, right?
No, I think the chain is, I feel like it's doable. I feel like you could go to not even a sex shop, like a pet store. Because think about like a really thick pit bull dog.
If you go to a sex shop, there'll be a comfortable collar.
Oh, you can get like a fuzzy one.
Or
like feathered.
Not even, they probably have leather, but it might just be more comfortable than like a dog one. They'll probably have like patent, like something that Crowbar would wear.
Why can't Crowbar just bring a few of his collars?
He looks like he wears some kind of leather fucking thing around his neck.
Yeah, he has like a sex dungeon.
Would you just go to the hardware store? Would you just go to Lowe's like, hey, listen.
For the chain?
For the chain, you can go definitely Home Depot, probably the cheapest route.
But you got to get a thick gauge chain. We can't be getting no flimsy chain. I want to see like a nice thick one.
Yeah, you got to get the most expensive chain that they have there. But then also too, like, you have to remember that this thing is pulling down on their neck and shoulders. So it's like they have to be comfortable too.
Yeah, but I think that's all in the collar. Doesn't matter about the chain. Because, like, you make the chain, even if it's, like, very heavy, you make it long enough so that it's, like, touches the floor for the most part.
So this is a dog collar match that's going to be in Queens, New York, Ridgewood, New York at the Queens Brewery at 1539 Culver Street, original New York. And,
Hey.
and again, a brewery.
Another brewery.
So, like, what could happen in a dog collar match in a brewery? Is this the first time for a dog collar match in a brewery?
I think so.
This is big. If you think about it, this is big.
I'm excited, actually. I'm excited
pumped.
to see the outcome.
I'm pumped for it. Who's Homicide's his guest for the evening?
Who the fuck? Do you know? Are you asking me like I should say it like I know? Because I don't know.
I'm genuinely asking.
I think it's like the lead singer of Agnostic Front or something.
Okay. Do you know Brian?
Can you say that one more time? Sorry, I wasn't listening.
He's just opening his cards the whole episode.
No, I'm done. That was
Homicide to the ring for the show.
Who's gonna accompany him?
Yeah.
Does he usually have someone that accompanies him?
No, so okay, so you didn't see. Is there any way possible for you to pull up?
I'm pulling it up right now.
Okay. So Homicide is going to be accompanied to the ring by someone.
It's a mystery. He announced that it's like a mystery.
He's not a mystery. Just Pat and I just can't put his name together.
Vinny Stigma.
Vinny Stigma.
Oh.
Being accompanied to the ring by Vinny Stigma.
And who is that?
He's the lead singer of
Agnostic
the band.
Front.
Oh, but and is that who does his music? No, he comes out to fucking.
Brian, what planet are you on, dude?
Homicide?
No, you. What planet are you on?
I'm on the Coquito planet.
Coquito.
Yeah, it's fucking the Godfather of NYHC, Agnostic Front's Vinny Stigma.
He's the Godfather of NYHC?
Yeah, I mean, he's got it tattooed right there on the side of his head, so...
I was never big on Agnostic Front,
I was never big into those CB's bands, like Agnostic Front, what's the other one? Oh, my God. I'm forgetting. Agnostic Front, I wasn't really big into. Wasn't big into Rancid.
Agnostic Front's not like Rancid. They're not like Rancid.
I wasn't really big into, like, Madball or H2O.
No. Like Sworn Enemy?
Like, I got into Sworn Enemy a little bit because they were, like, new metal enough.
Right, they're more metal-y.
Yeah, they were, like, metal-y enough. And, like, Hatebreed, of course, is an all-time classique.
Right.
But, you know, I mean, H2O and, like, Bouncing Souls, like, all those bands, never really got into them.
Yeah, same.
So.
Same.
So he's accompanying Homicide to the ring. Crowbar will be accompanied by none other than the Taskmaster, Kevin Sullivan.
He's not the Taskmaster. He's the spiritual and financial advisor. Y'all ready for this? That's Kevin Sullivan's entrance music as an advisor. And it's the best. It's the best thing ever.
These are the last two cards I'm going to show.
Okay, cool. What are they here? You got a Bang Bang from Mick Foley.
Oh, wow.
Nice little Eddie Guerrero.
That's dope.
It's a good one.
A lot of in the air poses.
I like the in the air ones. They're like, and it just like looks super dope.
That's pretty sick.
Mm-hmm.
So Kevin Sullivan loves me, obviously.
He's the best.
The SAT love me. I think that this is going to be a pretty big bounce back show for the previously fired and exiled PK from the Blvd Bullies.
I think it's going to be a great show. I think this is going to lead into a lot of other great shows. I think they also just announced that Billy Gunn is going to be at the March show.
Billy Gunn is going to be at the March show, and you know, I hate to say it, but we've been promoting. Brian, what are you doing? Eating chips now?
I'm sorry. I'm throwing away the plastic.
So
I just opened 12 packs of cards.
Yeah, I saw with reckless abandon.
No, the plastic's just everywhere. I'll clean it up after.
Anyway, Kevin Sullivan's going to be there, and I always get him a nice glass of red wine to smooth the nerves, calm the nerves.
You're a saint.
Brian, the ICW sale is live. Are you upset?
Well, I actually I'm a little upset, but I asked the man if he can hold off on doing the cards so I can be present for such things.
Wow.
Who'd you ask?
Who's who?
Who'd you ask to hold off on the cards?
Danny DeMonto.
And did he oblige?
He said he'll see what he can do.
If you had asked me to put money on the response, I would have said exactly those words.
I think that I know that he'll wait because he knows that I'll spend money on it.
Are you sure he didn't call you bud or pal?
No, he's rather rude.
See what I can do, pal.
He'll probably just call me like an
What is
idiot.
that? What? Now, let me ask you guys this. What is this pal situation? Because I remember being called pal when I was like 6.
It's like Tiger.
A lot of people use pal.
Now, what do you hate the most? Because the other day I was at the empanada shop, and it's like, there's a bunch of hipsters working there, and the guy's like, "What do you have, bud?" He called me bud, and I wanted to murder him. I don't know what I didn't know that I hated that. But he's like, "Thanks, bud." It's like, what am I, Air Bud? Am I in your favorite VHS classic, Air Bud?
I'd rather be called Bud than Sir.
Oh, I'd rather be called Sir. Fuck that, dude.
Why?
I'm a grown man. I'm not your bud.
Why not? He wants to be your boy.
I'd prefer pal.
Pal over bud is like the same shit.
I'll say dude, so I can accept dude, man.
Dude is cool, man.
Yeah, whatever, man.
Pal.
Hey, what can I do for you, man?
Bud is like Canadian.
Hey, bud.
How you doing,
Yo,
bud?
did you see? Yo, this is what do you guys have some like a nickname that annoys you, Sean? It sounds like pal annoys you.
Yeah, pal bothers me.
I feel like pal you call when you're like tight. You're like, hey, fucking watch out,
Yeah,
pal.
Like in a way, it's like you're trying to son him. Like, me, pal.
That's the way I feel about Bud.
You're talking about Bud. That look like your Bud. Get out of here.
Well, this is a perfect segue because did you watch how Braun Strowman challenged for the IC title? No. He was like, "I'm coming for that belt, boy."
He calls him boy.
And he called
He's been
Gunther.
calling a lot of people boy.
But the thing is that, like even though Gunther is, white, but just the way that Braun Strowman said "boy" was like really like, people were like, "Oh, this guy's racist."
They call him racist?
Yeah, because he was like, "I'm coming for that belt, boy. Listen to me, boy." I
feel like that's just like a southern thing you call children.
Well, maybe Braun Strowman's just playing too much God of War, where he's like, "Hey, follow me, boy."
He calls him boy a lot.
Yeah, in God of War, that's the only. Oh, I just sank my chair. Look at me going down.
21st floor, I'm anywhere.
I'll keep that in mind. How easy it is to sink my chair. I'll keep that in mind for comedic value moving forward in the new year of 2023. Thanks for watching us, Blvd Bullies, Hour 2, just beginning.
Oh, shit. Smoke them if you got them.
Smoke them if you got them. It's the smoking hour. I know that I've been breaking that rule probably pretty much every 20 minutes.
I heard you fucking puffing along early on.
Don't listen to me, Puff. Let's get to headlines. Lightning rounds. Pick up the pace. Smoke them if you got them. Headlines, boy. Brian, what do you hate? Like if you're ordering like the Subway sandwich triple meat deluxe, which is your go-to sandwich now because you're a meathead.
I really have no preference to any name. I'm a very easygoing guy. I don't like being called sir. I'm very like if someone at my job like comes to get something from me and they call me sir, I'm like, you can call me Brian. I'm Brian. You know what I mean? Like
Mr. Ginsburg is my father's name.
Like you call me Mr. Ginsburg, I'm gonna say no. I'm Brian.
When do you become Mr. Ginsburg?
I don't.
Never.
No, I don't like it. It's too formal, and I don't like that formalness.
We're gonna be.
I do without it.
I'm gonna be at Brian's wedding, and it's gonna be like.
We do two here. We don't do what is it? What's the informal? What's the nosotros? What's the informal?
Oh Jesus Christ!
You know?
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. Usted, nosotros.
Two. We do two.
Usted. Hey, so I'm gonna get to you. Show up at your wedding, and it's gonna be like, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the marriage. No, on the invitations, it's gonna be like, it's not gonna say Mr. and Mrs. Brian Ginsburg. It's just gonna say like, Brian and Mrs. Ginsburg.
Mr. and Mrs. Brian.
Mr. and Mrs. Brian. Mr. and Mrs. Bad Take Bry.
No, we actually talked about it. We're gonna take each other's names. We're gonna be July Ginsburgs.
Oh, you know what? I like that. That's a good. I like a nice hyphen.
It's a hyphen. Yeah. I like her last name.
Yeah, I think that's dope. Hey, congrats on a good name picking.
Cheers.
So,
when are you getting hitched, dude?
No, I'm engaged now.
Very nice.
I'm engaged. I don't know. I feel like the way we're gonna go is we're gonna get like married in like
good
in
smart.
like a fucking what's it called, court.
Okay.
And then have like a party.
That works.
Because it's like I feel like we should like just get married to be married to get the benefits of being married. Because you get benefits when you're married, you know.
Really? What kind?
What kind of benefits?
Like tax benefits. And like if we're married, she gets like my insurance and all kinds of different just like little things, you know.
Nope.
But I think that's the plan, is to get married at court and then have like a big shindig.
Yo, shout out, Bren. Hope I didn't miss the segment. How Mittens made Pat mad this week. And you know what? You're just in time. You're just in time.
The skewers, you hated it?
I hated the skewers. And then
oh, come on. He kicks him right in the skewers, and it's the best shit ever.
I do like how snug Atticus was.
Did you guys see the video how he was ripped in AC? And it was like intermission, and one of the bocce boys go up to him, and they're like filming like a little promo video of men just like so hammered.
Does he do the
and
shot?
He goes, "You're gonna hit him with everything, right? Yeah, you're gonna hit him with a gusset." Mission turns around, and goes, "No, no."
Dude, it makes me laugh so hard. I don't give a fuck. I love Mittens. He's awesome.
You know, the after hours on the Atlantic City Boardwalk, right in front of the Showboat Hotel, tends to be Mittens' WrestleMania stage. He does custom entrances, like karaoke wrestling entrances. Sean, have you witnessed any of these?
No, man, this is a whole different man now, bro. He's.
Oh, right. He's full of responsibility, right?
When we're at the Showboat, man, he's just enjoying the show. So he's sitting front and center. At ICW, he's working. You know what I'm saying? So
of course.
Man, this weekend was just enjoying life.
He was he had the big dirty Band-Aid on his head from where he got skewered.
And it was like, there was at one point, bro, it was like falling off his face. It was like it's like flying in the wind.
He got all sweaty. Yeah, so I guess Mittens made me. You know what? Maybe we should change the name of the segment to How Mittens Made Me Jealous this week, because yeah, you know I had the idea years ago. As the referee, I was going to get skewered.
Wait, what?
By Masada?
Yeah, it was Masada Cass, and it was Masada Cass. No, what it was is it was a no ring before Masada Cass.
Oh, it was
and
like
it was a whole thing of like Cass, because actually, not to be blow my own horn, but I kind of gave Cass the idea for steal the skewers from Masada. But then, just like any other good idea, many good ideas, other people have them. So Atticus was having that idea at the same time, and he did it much better than, I could have ever instrumented,
It looked
he
good,
drilled him in his head, though.
Dude, it was awesome.
God,
it was literally awesome.
He said it felt like a paint chipper going out his
I
head.
think it's
like
so
a paint
cool
chipper?
how Mittens has finally became part of the show.
Hey, speaking of part of the show, Naomi is flying out to Japan, or I guess right now is in Japan. So now there's talk of Naomi and Sasha Banks being at Wrestle Kingdom. Will they wrestle a tag match? Will they just be there? What will happen? Who knows? Who cares? Brian, do you have a good or bad take on this?
I hope it's a tag match.
Nice. Mittens is in the hype video for Outlaw Wrestling. Pat is not.
Is that true?
Probably.
Brent, where's this video?
I'm in ill favor over there. It's all right. It's the PK Redemption Tour for at least the first 2 weeks of 2023.
And I'm coming to a show.
Yes, I can't embarrass myself in front of Brian. Do you guys care about Wrestle Kingdom at all? Brian, do you care about Wrestle Kingdom? Do you have your finger on the pulse, the Japanese pulse?
No, I don't.
Sean?
I think that this weekend, well, not this weekend, tonight, this morning, whatever you want to call it, this coming morning, I think it's going to be the pivotal twist in the way that New Japan is viewed. I think a lot of the stuff is going to be very, very Americanized as far as their touch on the show coming up tonight. I think a lot of the stuff that they do is going to lead into what's happening in LA for WrestleMania weekend with the LA Dojo and, workers coming in from overseas to work that event as well. I see the potential for a crossover event with New Japan into the WWE, just as we've seen Carl Anderson go back to defend his title like he's going to be doing later tonight with Tama Tonga. Like you said, Sasha Banks is over there competing. Word of Naomi being there. We just got confirmation as well that Bayley's going to be in the crowd.
In support, just in the crowd support.
Support, but we also know what happens when you saw Battle Dome back in the day. You remember when Battle Dome went to WCW? They were there just to watch what happened. They wound up becoming part of it. So I don't want to compare and contrast, but
if she's ringside, the only way she's getting involved is if she's sitting like front and center ringside.
Well, maybe they'll give her the NXT treatment. You know how like the person who's in the crowd from NXT is like they'll give her like they'll give her like a little panel, a little lower third.
Lower third, that's what it is.
Or Sasha could say that she's now part of New Japan. And WWE can kiss her ass, and maybe she'll mush Bayley. Maybe we'll get Bayley and Sasha in Japan the very next night.
Wow.
In Korakuen Hall.
Wow. Yeah, right. Get out of town.
You never know. Listen, I'll be honest, man. The way Triple H is running things, you never know. Anything is possible now. He's at a point where it's like, you know what? Let's shake hands, and we'll see what it takes us later on down the line. And this is the first time.
Well, but that would mean that Sasha has in some way reconciled with WWE.
Why do you think they're even involving her name with Bayley?
Why you think if they
scheme to like get eyes on the event?
This is WWE's bridge into Japan.
Yeah, but let me ask you. They scrapped the whole
NXT Japan thing the same way they scrapped the whole NXT South America thing, and it looks bad. You know what I'm saying? When you agree to something over there, like with their heritage, it's just frowned upon to back away from something like that. So I think this is Triple H's attempt at getting back what he started, which is collaborating with Japanese wrestling to bring NXT out there to be that bridge and that median in between both countries. You know what I'm saying? Because like, you want to get technical, WWE is the United States. AEW doing whatever they want right now, but WWE has it unlocked.
Dude, they go to Saudi Arabia. They're not just United States either. They're going to Australia. They're going to fucking Saudi Arabia. They're going everywhere, dude.
They're going all over. What he's doing is he's trying to reconcile what was scrapped when he had his heart attack and Vince took over everything again. I think this is his way of saying, guess what? You guys want Sasha, this is what you want to do. Go ahead and do that. If that means this is you going to be coming back some way later on down the line, then so be it. But right now, you go do that. We'll involve Bayley in the mix, just in case in the event something happens that's there. And guess what? Naomi could be over there with you too. The last thing they want is for her to go sign elsewhere. So the best thing for them to do as a company, as a whole, to give the girl what she wants, allow her freedom, allow her to perform elsewhere, so that when it's time for her to come back home, she comes back in open arms and everybody's happy. The last thing they need is for her to go elsewhere, sign somewhere, and it creates a buzz that they just lost. So I think this is smart of them. Continue the partnership, continue working with New Japan, allow Carl Anderson to go there, defend the title, which I think he's honestly going to lose tonight. But again, it just shows that there's a bridge that people are able to cross over and we could shake hands accordingly.
Shinsuke just did Noah, right? With
Shinsuke just did Noah.
Yo, that's a good point. That's a good point too. That's right here in my notes is the next thing. It's funny, Sean, because I was going to say to you, that's a nice thought, but maybe it's just as simple as Bayley wanted to go, and Bayley is an employee that they want to keep happy, so they're just going to let Bayley go. But then you bring up Carl Anderson, and it's like, oh, that's another kind of piece of evidence that there is a collusion, is like a working together. And then, Brian, you just brought up Nakamura as well now. And it's like, yeah, and Sasha Banks. So it's like, wow, this whole time I've been thinking about this as an independent Sasha Banks maneuver. But with all the surrounding evidence of the talent sharing going on, because they did there weren't many details known about the Carl Anderson title defense contract situation. So I think the narrative was to instantly be like, oh, this thing's a mess. But maybe it wasn't a mess. You know what I mean? Maybe it was just like, hey, they're working together. There really aren't any. They're not doing a storyline about it. It's just news.
No. It's just something else that's happening.
Right, and same thing with Nakamura. It's like it's just something else that's happening. And yeah, so now that's kind of changes my perception of it. Like that it's a WWE fueled type of thing.
Yeah, it's like a monopoly. You're trying to monopolize.
If you take the time to look at the card, and this is something that not that it just strikes me as wow, people aren't really paying attention, but it's like if you have no interest in it, you're not going to pay attention. And since the demise of the Bullet Club, let's be serious. Nobody's been really paying attention to New Japan. Only diehard fans who know what's going on. And they've been trying so hard to get that United States fan.
Yeah, well, and Wrestle Kingdom is always a spike for them. That's like their WrestleMania, I usually watch a Wrestle Kingdom,
That's where like Chris Jericho wrestled, what's his name, right?
He brought Naito there.
Right.
He fought Omega. You know what I'm saying? And then if you look at the card, you got FTR who's there. FTR still on the contract with AEW. So not only are you going to have WWE people wrestling on the card, you're going to have New Japan. Obviously. You're going to have AEW.
Yeah, and Kenny's on there. Yo, so wait, the Young Bucks, FTR are defending the New Japan tag titles, IWGP tag titles at Wrestle Kingdom?
At Wrestle Kingdom.
Against whom?
Not too sure. I can't even tell you that.
Huh. They just lost the AAA, so they're on a losing streak now. They lost the ROH. They lost the AAA.
Mm-hmm. So I think this is their way of exiting.
Coming back to WWE?
And eventually making their way back to WWE. But, maybe they're working dates in between. They're losing all the belts they have. And
well, I think
when you see somebody who's a belt collector, you know what I'm saying? Eventually, they venture on somewhere down the line. When Austin Aries had all those belts, he lost them all, and he wound up in Impact as heavyweight champion.
Yeah, that's usually what happens.
When Swerve Strickland when he was the Fight champion, when he was CZW champion, right? What happened? Where'd he go? Lost all the titles? NXT. So I think at some point within the next few months, possibly before Mania, or even hopefully before Rumble, we get to see FTR, because I don't think anything's been spoken about their contracts lately. And I think that's something that also has to be emphasized as well. Maybe they're going to work Japan dates. Maybe they're just going to venture on and do what they want. But I think somewhere along the line, they're going to wind up back in the WWE.
Well, one thing's for sure, they're not going to be wrestling the SAT at Outlaw Wrestling, unfortunately. Well, never say never. You never know.
Never say never. You never know.
Well, I'll tell you this. First of all, just about the belt collector thing, you're so right. I feel like anytime there's a belt collector gimmick, they lose all the belts right in a row just to win the big belt that has been eluding them. I think Kenny did that. He lost all the titles and then retained or some shit. I don't know. But it's pretty predictable that when you're a belt collector, once you lose one title, the next two are close to follow because something else is happening. There's been, I haven't read that much about it, but there's been light controversy about Dak starting a podcast. Dak seems like a cool dude. He seems like a reasonable, level-headed human being.
Yeah, he shot on Road Dogg. Did you see that?
No, I did not.
So he said basically how he and Road Dogg had some words exchanged. And it started at NXT Dallas, where they took on American Alpha. And Road Dogg overheard them going over spots and just, going over the match. And he pitched them an idea for mid-match and was like, listen, try this. If it works, it works. And I guess he was under the impression that they were going to do it. They wound up not doing what he insisted. So he wasn't too happy about that. Later on down the line, he's now writing for SmackDown, Road Dogg. And there was a tag turmoil match, and people were under the impression that FTR would pop out in this tag turmoil match. In turn, they didn't. So what he do, as a heel, he went on Twitter, and he goes and says, you honestly thought we were going to show up in that crappy turmoil match just being a heel, right? So Road Dogg goes and tweets him back, like, I'll make sure you never make it to XYZ roster. So they went and they've exchanged words, but they've never, never face to face.
Sounded like this was a while ago, though.
Yeah, a long time ago. Long time ago.
Adam, what's up? Happy New Year, by the way, brother. Dax, Happy New Year, by the way, bud. Dax is trying to mend the Elite and CM Punk kerfuffle. Oh, man,
That's a long gone situation, man.
Yeah.
Dude, if CM Punk ever came back, it was the whole goddamn thing was a work.
Nah, I think if he came back at this point, he's a bitch if he comes back.
Dude,
if he comes back, he's a sellout. I'm sorry.
I hope he comes back so you hate him too. That's now I hope he comes back so everyone can hate him.
Yo, also another very obvious news story this week. Mandy Rhodes, millionaire. Did you see this?
That's wild.
I think this is a publicity
fucking
stunt.
goddamn
I need
genius.
I need to see these tax fucking forms, dude.
I 100% believe it, dude. These wrestling plebes definitely gave them all of her money. I mean, gave them all of their money.
You think so?
Yes.
Because dude, it was like her
she was
agent.
doing
Her
crazy
agent
shit.
leaked the story. It's not like somebody looked into it. Her agent leaked the story. But what's it called? It's called like fan pages or something.
Right, it's like a fake OnlyFans.
Their account. Their account did post. Yo, I think it's a work.
Right. The brand's account posted that she made $1 million.
I don't know. I think this is just like kind of a marketing campaign. I think definitely she
for the company.
The company is in on it because I think originally, well, you remember last week the agent leaked like, oh yeah, it's no big deal. She's gonna be the first millionaire by the end of the year. And then I think that became like kind of a little bit of a narrative, and maybe the fan pages or whatever jumped on it. Because think about it, they get a cut, so you want people to think, well, I want to go make $1 million.
Yeah, but it's like she made $1 million because she's a famous person.
Yeah, but they want the other wrestling women on there too. Anyway, doesn't matter.
I understand.
First woman to make $1 million.
I wonder if there's a difference between using that and OnlyFans. If there's a benefit. Like, there's got to be a reason why people would use that over OnlyFans.
From what I
maybe
know,
maybe OnlyFans takes a cut of the.
Well, yeah, there's with Cameo and with YouTube and with all these online things, everybody takes a cut, right? But I would assume, with like Twitch, right? You could be like a Joe anybody and go to Twitch and try to like build a following and like become somebody who Twitch like you could get to a level where it's like, oh, you're beneficial for YouTube, like you're a streamer for us, you know what I'm saying? You could get to that level. Or sometimes what happens too, I know with some of these services, like they'll approach you. You like if you're fucking like, I don't know, Big E, or whatever. If you're Big E and you're like, hey, I want to start streaming, you wouldn't just start a channel like me or you would. You would like email. You would have your agent like email them
sponsors
and be like, hey, like I'm gonna start doing this. Like, how much will you like? You don't have to go through like trying to make money. It's like, hey, how much will you pay me to do my content here? So I think with Mandy Rose, you think about it, maybe that was the type of deal. It's like
she was their poster child.
Maybe it was like a pro wrestling junkie type of situation where they're like, hey, we're trying to build something here. We want you to be one of our star.
Yeah, that could possibly be it.
She definitely went into it knowing that there was going to be some kind of backlash.
I guess.
And I think that she probably knew that it was going to benefit. She was going to benefit from it no matter what.
CJ Perry said that she would delete her cjperry.com if WWE would take her back. She would delete it.
She's just pandering to wrestling fans.
She really wants to be back in WWE.
I mean, maybe she just really loves fucking being on TV and being a wrestler. Or, I mean, dude, her fucking time as a manager when she was like the evil Russian was like the best shit. She was awesome. And there's no denying that, like, people love that shit. when she did that.
Rusev Crush.
She became corny with the whole like Bobby Lashley thing. It became weird.
Yeah, it got a little weird.
It definitely got weird, but like her initial, even Rusev was awesome. That whole fucking thing, dude.
Do you remember when they had the wedding and Liv came out and made out with Lana?
Terrible. So terrible.
Think about who was writing that. Probably
the worst shit.
Vince and Bruce Pritchard in the back, like stroking themselves off, writing that. Well, you know, Miro's unhappy. He didn't want to lose. And did you hear that CJ Perry came out and said some shit like, oh, Miro's definitely going to go back to WWE one day. Like, they'll appreciate him. Everyone loves him over there. We're going to be back. And then, like, now later, she was like, by the way, I'll delete all my softcore porn, too, if I get a thing.
That's very funny.
And then, you know, I was thinking, you guys know the Billy Bob Drive-In? You know the fucking horror guy on TNT? He used to be on TNT. It was like Billy Bob's B-movie horror drive-in.
Yeah, he's on
like
YouTube
review
now.
movies.
I guess he's on, I think he's on, like, Shudder now.
Yes, I know who you're talking about. Yeah,
And he has like...
I just watched his Evil Dead.
Yeah.
He played Evil Dead, yeah.
Well, and it's awesome. It's fun.
What does he do? He commentates over the movie?
Well, it's like that he
opened.
Yeah, he opens it. It's like in between commercials, he'll like bring you back and forth from a commercial with like funny little hosting things. And yeah.
Right.
So they added on this woman. It's like an Elvira ripoff, right? Or whatever. And the woman's like an ex-porn star, right? So it's like think about it. You're like, you know, you're watching this. Billy Bob is there. This woman's there. And, you know, you could see her naked. But you know, you don't really. You're just watching the thing. But it's like, you know, that's the whole thing. It's like, okay, Mandy Rose isn't going to be naked on TV. But you could go see her naked if you wanted to. It's like, how good or bad is that for the brand? I don't know. It's just interesting. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree.
It's fucking weird. It's just a weird jungle out there.
It's not an adult brand. Like WWE.
Yeah, and I guess Billy Bob is more for
kids.
Adults as well.
Like wrestling, no matter what people want or say, the majority of people watching wrestling are little kids.
It's for like families and kids, yeah.
Right. It's a family-oriented thing, and little kids mostly watch it.
WWE.
Right, WWE.
Right.
But
that's the biggest wrestling promotion in the whole goddamn world.
And AEW is for like 13 to 16-year-olds and people who are mentally challenged. And mentally challenged adults, slow adults. So what else is going on? You want to close the show and talk about some AEW?
What is even happening?
They are going to open up the new year with a new look. So I'm a little bit intrigued by that. That's going to happen.
We were supposed to have a new look today.
Yeah.
We were supposed to. Our New Year's resolution on the last show was to reboot our show.
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't really have an idea for a new look. I just have an idea for like new screens. But I'm not going to do anything until the camera comes back. New Year's resolution delayed.
Delayed.
But what is happening in AEW land? I know, like, there's like a thing between Moxley and Hangman.
Well, you know, I want to do this. This is kind of fun. I thought this would be fun. I have the year average viewers. The average episodic viewers in the year 2022 for both AEW and Raw. And I thought it would be fun to pose you guys that question and make you guess. Like, you know, sometimes AEW has like 1 million, 1.5. Sometimes they go down to 770, 500. Right. So I just want you to take a guess. When
they had their highest ratings?
Well, no. What was the average viewership
of AEW
for the year?
For the year.
I would say.
And let us know in the chat. Let us know in the chat too. What do you think?
I would say it's between 500,000 and 1 million. Is that too broad of a?
Yeah, that's a little bit too broad, Brian.
All right, so I'll say 750,000.
Okay. All right.
I'm gonna go 850.
850. All right. Anybody in the chat, let us know. And then also, I want you to know, or I want you to tell me what you think the average Monday Night Raw viewership was.
Average Raw, I would say, is 1.5 million.
I was gonna say 7.
7 million?
No, 1.5, 1.7 mil.
Oh. Yeah, I would just go 1.5 for average.
All right. Well, the average. Well, first of all, last week's AEW had 875,000 viewers. The New Year's.
Okay.
What was it called? New Year's Slam.
Yep.
They have the worst names for shit.
Ugh, it's literally the worst.
It's just puns and bad alliteration. Anyway,
don't even remember what happened last week.
876,000 viewers. The Young Bucks had a Falls Count Anywhere match with the Death Triangle.
Was it the final match?
No, it was match 6 out of 7. And so it was 3-2 Death Triangle, right? And they won to push a Game 7. And, the thing that made me sick was like, no, being down, a 7-game series is such a sports thing, right? Mm-hmm. Basketball and baseball specifically.
Yep. Right.
And the 7th game is considered like the pinnacle of like real sports. Like when you're a kid in the backyard, when you are a kid,
the top of the top teams going at it.
Well, and you're dead even, like,
right. It's the final game. It's the last game, all fucking in.
Right, all in. Bottom of the 9th, 2 out, 7th game of the World Series, right?
Right.
And many few teams in all of sports history have come back from 3-1 to push a Game 7. And listen, I love wrestling just as much as the next guy, right? But like when the Mets are in a Game 7 or some shit like that, like Game 7 in real sports, like, influences wrestling. Like, you want wrestling to feel like you're watching a Game 7, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think you do a Game 7. Because I think in wrestling where it's like, the Young Bucks are down 3-1. Anything can happen. Let's see if they can make it to a Game 7. It's like, dude, duh. Of course they're going to.
Too obvious.
Right, of course they're going to. And then, so now to be listening to the wrestling broadcast and have Excalibur being like, the Chicago Bulls, the Boston Red Sox, and now the Young Bucks.
It shouldn't have been the Young Bucks, man. It should have
been
a team that you wouldn't. It should have been someone that you didn't, like, not expecting to win.
I just think
the underdog, the ultimate underdog.
Right, the Young Bucks aren't underdogs. They literally were like they're called the Elite, and they're coming back. Obviously, if they're down, they're gonna come back. It's like a smack in the face to the fans.
I just think that best of 7. It's so. It's one thing if you're in the Survivor Series, and you're the last one on your team in the Survivor Series, and you have to face 4 guys. And you could say, like, wow, only one person throughout all of wrestling history has come back when the Survivor Series matchup was 4-1. And then you could engineer it like, oh, it's a count out. It's a DQ. It's a roll up. Wow, he's got him 4-1, 3-1, 2-1. The Survivor Series, that's fucking dope. But to try to, like, copy basketball or baseball, try to copy real sports and be like, they're coming back in the series. Wow, this is unprecedented. It's like, yo, shut up. That's so stupid.
Agree.
Oh, it made me so annoyed.
It's a smack in the face, dude.
It made me so annoyed.
The fans are stupid for cheering because it's like, they're going to win. You know what the setup is. It's like,
right, it's so obvious.
It's so blatantly obvious.
Because you're leaving the drama to the match outcomes, but everyone in the building cares. Like, you don't really care about the match outcome. You care about, like, the story within the match type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I just think it's absolute bullshit. They're not fighting tomorrow. They're fighting the week after tomorrow. So I'd assume that tomorrow they're gonna come out and, like, is it a ladder? Is it officially a ladder?
Adam says it's a ladder match.
Oh, see, I didn't hear that. I thought that tomorrow they were gonna come out and, like, announce what the match is.
Does it have a really long name like the other one?
Yeah, and, to think that FTR can't even get on television, they're going around, they have to fly around the country losing their titles, losing their consolation prizes, and the fucking stupid Young Bucks are doing
the fuck is MJF even doing?
He was sitting in the luxury box.
Oh, with the Shotzi lookalike.
Yeah.
I thought that was her sister.
Everyone thought it was.
Turns out she's a wrestler from Seattle.
Right. he's basically gonna wrestle.
That was during
winner of
Ethan
John
Page
Moxley
and Brian.
Hangman?
No, that was during. He's gonna wrestle Bryan Danielson because
Oh,
he was in the box during that and
right,
Ethan
right.
Page. I didn't care about that. Bryan Danielson used the Regal lock, so it's like he just won't let Regal go away. What about Samoa Joe cut Wardlow's hair? Did you see this?
Yeah, I'll be honest. The match was actually pretty good. It was entertaining. That match, the main event. He chopped his ponytail off.
And I don't know if you guys saw, but the fucking Tony Schiavone call is like, ah, he chopped off that man bun of his, and he just screamed "man bun" like it was a serious way to describe hair. Oh my God, he went right for that man bun of his.
God, his man bun.
It was so bad. That was so stupid. Who cares?
I can't even remember what I was doing last Wednesday.
Hook faced off with Morrissey, a.k.a. Big Bill, and then Jungle Boy hit him with a 2x4.
His name is Big Bill?
Yeah, they call him Big Bill now.
Bill
or shit.
Will.
You know what was a highlight for me? It was actually a twofold highlight. It was Willow Nightingale with Ruby Soho versus Anna Jay and Tay Conti.
Great match.
Well,
funny story about that match, Pat, was that Ty and Sammy were supposed to be at AAA working a show over there. And
they no-showed. They got stripped.
They got stripped of their intergender tag titles.
AAA
like
intergender tag team titles, yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's the official name. I looked it up.
But they still hold the title, so.
Hey, Brian, that's a really nice hat. That's a great hat, Brian. And I just want
I got a whole purple vibe going on. You see?
I just want everyone to know that Blvd Bullies hat that Brian's wearing, that matches that mug, is available on blvdbullies.bigcartel.com. Just want to let you know that. Okay, so to answer the questions, I hope you guys remember your guesses, but this year, or this past year, 2022, AEW Dynamite averaged 955,000 viewers.
Sean won.
Which
you said 850.
Which is 7% higher than the previous year.
So I guess in turn they're actually doing much better than what they were doing the year prior. I won't say that the content is more entertaining because it's very hard to keep up with.
What about ticket sales though?
Ticket sales, I'd say, are horrible.
Yeah, they seem horrible week to week, but I don't know a yearly total.
But would you say that if they're having good, would you say that that number's a good number? You would say.
Well, I think that number is a good.
That's a bad number. They want like 1 million. They're like upset because they didn't get 1 million.
Well, I think the headline is a 7% increase, but so also I think it's a top-heavy number. I think their ratings since CM Punk's absence, I think the ratings have been in the tank for the second half of the year. So I think that when they were rocking and rolling in January with CM Punk and MJF, whenever that was, earlier in the year over the summer, that's good shit.
Right.
And now I think the final probably quarter was probably not so great for them. So who knows? And then the Raw number is 1.3 million average. But that's pretty close. 955 versus 1.3. What's that? 800,000 people?
Sean, did you give a guess for WWE? Oh, you said 1.7. I said 1.5. So we were both over.
It's still a lot for them.
You said 1.3, Pat?
Yeah.
That's I feel like that's a really good number.
That's for Raw. I don't have the SmackDown number.
SmackDown might be even higher. I think SmackDown's their highest rating show.
Oh, you think it's closer to 2, 1.8?
It might be closer to 2 for SmackDown.
Did either of you guys watch?
That's the show Wyatt's on. Wyatt's on SmackDown.
Oh, get out of here with Wyatt.
Yo, fuck off. He's the one fucking sells the most merch.
Oh, Jesus. With the fucking, on Friday, they did the gray face Uncle Howdy. Uncle Howdy has revealed himself, and Alexa Bliss has snapped.
He has not revealed himself. You know what?
He's in physical form.
He is in physical form, but he attacked Bray Wyatt.
Right, of course he did.
So, but do you really think he's going to unmask, or do you think he's going to just be that person? Uncle Howdy. That is Uncle Howdy.
Brian,
I don't think he's going to take that mask off.
I don't know how to tell you this, but whatever happens,
You think
I
it's
just
stupid?
really believe that it's going to be stupid. Because the Alexa
At
Bliss
least it's
thing,
interesting.
the Alexa Bliss thing was so stupid the other night.
I think that's interesting too. Like what? It's very like I can't even see where they're going with it.
But okay, so to me, when I see Alexa Bliss, I think of bad times with Bray Wyatt. I think of the Fiend looking like a burnt piece of marshmallow s'mores, and I
liked that. See,
I think of her with the black ooze.
Like that, but I think people liked that.
So like he needs a fresh start, and even if you want to do Uncle Howdy, which it's more of the same bullshit, but if you want to do Uncle Howdy, I mean, why involve Alexa Bliss? Give him somewhat of a fresh start.
Besides the bloodline, what else is interesting? What else do you care about in wrestling on WWE?
Besides
Intercontinental title picture.
Yeah, I care
It's barely
about.
interesting. It's like barely interesting though.
You know,
the story is not. You're not watching to see what happens with the Intercontinental title.
But you know, actually, I've been.
You know what, Brian? That's a lie. You know why? Because my goal for the 26th was to make sure that I was in the building for the Intercontinental Championship ladder match at a house show.
Yeah, it was the only good match on the goddamn event.
But it's no. Sami Zayn was there. A lot of people went to see Sami Zayn. I wanted to make sure that I got to see the Intercontinental title match. And then last night for Raw, guess what? The only match that I really paid attention to was Austin Theory and Seth Rollins for the U.S. title.
Can't stand that.
There are things that are actually engageable.
I enjoy, despite my better judgment, I am starting to enjoy Dominic Mysterio a little bit as well.
Oh, he's the
most cringy shit.
He is such a terrible actor. He is so.
I can't be in there, mommy.
He is the worst, but I love him. I can't stop looking. I can't stop watching.
They should have left him in jail and had Judgment Day go and try to break him out. That what they did was have him say that he served hard time. And he was in there for literally 4 days.
I love that, actually.
It's terrible. It's a terrible storyline, dude. He was literally in there for 4 days. He has a fucking teardrop tattoo. He served hard time.
That was hilarious.
Holy shit.
What an idiot. I love it, though. It's kind of funny.
I
feel like if I was in the room while they were writing this, I would be like, yes, this is awesome. But watching it, I'm like, this is horrible.
See, but to me, Bray Wyatt is awesome.
Oh my God. Well, that's why you're bad take Bry, dude.
I'm not the only one that thinks it.
Brian, who do you think Uncle Howdy is going to be? Or you think it will never be anybody? It'll just be a guy it'll just be Uncle Howdy. I'm
hoping that it's not somebody. And that it is just a figment of Bray Wyatt's manifestation. Bless you.
Oh, sorry. Margaritas make me sneeze.
I don't think the man's going to be unmasked.
Oh, boy. So, and what role do you think Alexa Bliss plays in all this, Brian?
I really don't know. It's very confusing. Because it is. I don't understand it. Brian,
in order for them to get to Bray, they have to get to her. If you watch both shows, they're both getting, messed with in their own right.
But
those little videos keep popping up around her, and it's driving her mad. And
Howdy was in the audience. Howdy was in the audience for her match.
Who's to say that was Howdy? The guy
it was like
it's just the entity of the mask. Like that mask is the Howdy mask.
Yeah, but it's a dumb looking mask too.
Dude, give it a break. It's an interesting story.
By the way, speaking of interesting stories and creepy horror stuff, I'll tell you something that's very, very quality. It's a very, very high quality show that I discovered in the bowels of HBO Max's archives. It's called The Outsider. Have either of you heard about this?
I just know the book. I read the book in middle school.
The Outsider, Stephen King's The Outsider?
Pony Boy.
No, not by S.E. Hinton, Brian.
That's the only Outsider I know. That's what I'm saying.
Anyway.
That's The Outsiders.
It's okay. So it's about It's just a very well done, like, kind of demon show. Like, basically, Jason Bateman's in it. You know Jason Bateman?
Mm-hmm.
So he's like the small town little league coach, English teacher that everybody loves, you know? And one day they find a child mutilated, murdered in the middle of the woods. And Jason Bateman's fingerprints are all over it. And his DNA is all over it. And then there are eyewitnesses that say that they saw him walking around town with blood, driving around with a van, picking up the kid, the whole thing. Hundreds of eyewitnesses, by hundreds, I mean like 4 or 5. Then it turns out they arrest him. And he's like, what are you guys doing? I was in a conference. I was at a teacher's conference 60 miles away when this happened. What are you talking about? And they're like, yeah, right, dude. We got you. You're dead to rights. You fucking murdered this fucking little boy. And he's like, well, I was with this person and this person, and there's probably video footage from the conference. And lo and behold, there is. So he was in 2 places at once. And nobody knows how or why. And the fucking mystery unfolds. And each
time travel shit?
Well, and little by little, it gets a little bit more fucking, what do you call it?
Science
paranormal. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's more demony. There's like
is it religious?
It's called The Outsider. You know what? That's the great part of it. Because there are crime elements to it. There are religious elements to it. And it's all very, very grounded in reality because it's hard for people. Are they
exorcists?
Well, no. It's just like they're regular cops.
Mm.
And like they all have their own stuff. And it's like hard for them to like admit that something like paranormal might be afoot.
Dope. That's kind of sick.
Yeah,
so
and it's like
they don't want to believe that it's some demon shit.
Right, and so it's like the first half of the show, they're kind of like looking for the evidence. This is like, man, this is a fucking mystery. And then like little by little, like weird coincidences and tragedies and like fucked up shit keeps happening. And yeah, it's fucking dope. I just want to say it's dope. I watched like 4 episodes last night. It was awesome.
That sounds like something. Did you ever see the Black Mass? You know the Black Mass?
Oh, you recommended that to me, and I will never forgive you.
Ugh.
I hated that show.
Why?
Was that bad?
Oh, it was so slow, and it was
it's
so
but no, it's
dumb.
It's definitely slow. But no, but it's not dumb. I thought it was a good take. It was like I don't.
And then they're like vampires. Yeah, they're basically like it's like religion.
It's a different take on vampires because vampires are religious.
Yeah, lame one.
No, regular ones, because if you have a cross,
no,
they don't
lame
like crosses.
Vampires.
No,
lame
vampires. No.
Lame vampires.
Yeah, because they were in a lame show.
Always had something to do with religion and crosses.
Yeah, like nothing happens.
And holy water fucks up vampires.
See,
always had
no, that's the thing. You don't even have any idea what's even going on until like the 8th episode of this show.
No, but you do. You get an idea.
That's a bad show.
It's a good show. It's a highly regarded show.
Yeah, so is Bray Wyatt.
Yeah, I love him.
Did you know that the Best of Raw was the lowest rated Raw viewership-wise in the history of Monday Night Raw being on the air? The Best of 2022 show was the lowest rated show in history.
Who the fuck wants to watch a show of other shows?
I don't know. I used to like the Simpsons clip shows.
I feel like that's different because at least that's funny. They're just literally showing like matches that happened.
Did either of you see either on Monday Night Raw or on this Instagram or social media the Cody Rhodes comeback package?
Yeah, that means he's coming back for the Rumble.
You think it's Rumble package?
As soon as I saw that, I was like, yeah, he's gonna come back on Raw. And they're gonna announce his number in the Rumble.
You think he's either number 30 or number 1, right?
Number one.
You think they'll give him number 1?
Be a triple threat at Mania?
Who would the triple threat
be? I don't know,
be?
because they've always been doing triple threats.
I feel like Cena might be involved.
Nah, I don't think Cena's
involved. Cena, Cody, and Roman.
I think they're gonna set up. They got to be setting up Owens, Zayn versus Usos, and maybe Cody versus Roman.
No Rock?
That's
Maybe
what I.
Rock,
Oh no, you know what? I
Rock
would like to see. I would rather see Rock versus Roman. I would rather see Rock versus Roman.
See, but then the Rock would have to return at the Rumble too. Maybe Rock eliminates Cody.
Unless the winner of the Rumble like wants to go for like the U.S. title or something.
But from what I'm hearing, the titles are going to get separated.
Is that are they allowed to do that?
Oh, they're going to separate them?
Yeah, they're going to separate the titles.
All right, let's end a little bit early this week. I know we have 13 viewers, but I just want to appreciate you guys and love you. And live for you.
ICW sale.
I know, Brian, I know you want to get into the sale. Sean, you've had a long weekend. And you know what?
Long weekends. We're gonna be at Outlaw Wrestling next weekend.
Yeah, but we'll have next Thursday. But we'll have a show. Next week we'll be right back here, 7 p.m., same Boulevard time, same Bullies channel. Sean, do you have any final thoughts about the state of wrestling, the state of life?
I'll start with the state of wrestling. I think tonight will be great. My hair looks all crazy. Do not mind me. I think tonight's going to be good. I think tonight will be the start to a lot of great matches that we're going to have this year. To start to 2023, what can be better?
What time does this thing start? Is this like a 4 a.m. thing?
Japan, right?
3 a.m. Yikes, yeah.
If you go onto New Japan World, I think you can get a subscription. I think it's like $7 and change for us Americans over here. So it's not that bad either. But, you know, if you want to watch it how you watch it, you go ahead and watch it how you watch it.
That'll be what I'm doing. Brian, do you have any particular items you're looking for at the ICW live sale?
Yeah, I'm trying to get this 1-of-1 Larry card. I'm probably going to fucking be an idiot.
Oh, come on.
Think it's there?
You got to set a limitation for yourself.
Yeah?
Yeah,
what's your limit that you're going to spend?
I don't know.
Oh,
I might go like 150.
For Larry's card?
For Larry 1-of-1?
Oh, Brian, you're going to be so pissed.
What?
The cards are on right now.
All right, let's go. We'll talk to you later.
All right.
Brian, go get those cards.
Who's on it? All right, I love you guys.
Love you guys too.
Later. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Blvd Bullies. Well, it's too late. I'm already signing off. Blvd Bullies, Happy New Year. New Year's resolutions still to come. Thanks for sticking with us. Thanks for watching the show. Thanks for participating in Super Chats and at that merch store, BoulevardBullies.BigCartel.com. The cards are happening. But spend your money in the right place. Blvd Bullies, Big Cartel. Out of time. Bye-bye.